Nicole.
Hey, Neva.
How you feeling today, girl?
Like a bag of money.
Like a bag of money. Okay. Welcome, guys. We are back with episode 2. This episode is all about Dallas. You see us? We got our cowgirl outfits on. We got our grills in. So we really got into character. How you feeling? What's going on?
I feel great.
Yeah.
I really have no complaints.
Yeah.
New city, who this?
New city, who this? This episode is all about Dallas. We are 2 transplants.
Mm-hmm.
So we come from different states, and we've been in Dallas for 7 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like saying 7. I feel like I was so used to saying I've been here for 2 to 3 years now.
Yeah.
And so to say 7, that's like.
That's wow.
I feel like we went to sleep for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Because maybe it was COVID.
Yeah.
Like after we got from COVID, we was
COVID.
just really trying to readjust back to life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
We're about to get into it.
Yeah.
So, all things Dallas, y'all. We about to get into it and tell a little bit of our experience living here, our transition here, and just all the things, y'all. So, get comfortable. We about to get it started.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Natalie, Nicole, we're going to start by talking about the big move. So, tell us about what made you move to Dallas. Why Dallas? Tell us about your transition here, some of the early challenges that you may have faced living in the Big D, your first impression of the city. Give it to us.
Okay, so Dallas, new city, who this? Okay. So as I said before, I came from living in North Carolina for 5 years, and that was a slower town, a slower country, and I'm from a city. So I was like, after my time in college and it was slower, I was like, I didn't put myself in a box, but I did have like preferred places to go to. So it was between like Florida, Atlanta, second home. Shout out to my second home.
Shout out to the A.
Buckhead area. My grandparents used to stay there. Used to go there, shoot from North Carolina, go to Atlanta, go to Lenox. It was a time. So Atlanta was heavy on my mind, but it was also about opportunities. So that's what landed me in Dallas. When I was weighing my options, I knew I wanted to go back to a city. I'm a city girl.
Yeah. No pun.
A girl from the city.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was like, I know I want to go back to a city. I need more faster pace. Like, slower was good when I was like trying to focus more, but I was like thinking bigger, like, where do I want to grow a family possibly? Like, where can my family, future family, and myself like grow, flourish? And Dallas was where all the opportunities came from. I mean, I got probably like 4 to 5 job offers. So that's what made me make my decision. And it was similar to back home, which is surprising because it's like Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Where is that from? Some know. If you know, you know. But it's a city an hour away from Chicago. It's fast-paced. Okay. It's a lot that goes on there. And it's a place of, and I don't say this in a demeaning way, but it's a place of lower, I'm going to be honest, at the time, it was the second poorest city to live in. So when you have that type of environment, there's not that many opportunities. And so I knew I wanted to go to somewhere that was similar to home, but full of opportunities. So go bigger. And Dallas was where I landed. I was in the education field and really just trying to get my foot into what life was like, you know, as a big girl. Well, petite, you know.
Okay.
I'm petite. But anyways.
Squeeze our tiny up in this.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I got here, like I said, even though I felt like it was similar to home because it was like a bigger version of Milwaukee, and it was fast paced, it was a lot going on, But bigger means new levels, new devils. So the challenges were challenging.
Yes.
You don't know what you don't know. So going into it, just you try to be as prepared as you can. Like, I know it's a new place. So I was open-minded.
Yeah.
But I couldn't have even prepared. Even you can prepare, but you can't prepare at the same time, because some stuff is just not gonna dawn on you until you're in certain spaces, in certain predicaments with certain people. And that's what the new city was about. It was like an unknown environment, an uncontrolled environment. I'm no longer in college, so that posed a lot of challenges on who I was as an individual, as far as like the adversities and the just differences when it came to where to live. Like, stuff can look good on the outside, but you got to ask somebody that's really from that area, like, what really goes on?
What's
like,
really
okay,
going
this
on?
looks not good in the daytime, but at nighttime, what's happening? Okay, so, but it's like you think about that stuff, but you don't really until you really got to find a place to live. And it's like, okay, and I'm going to be honest, I don't even know the name of the place, but when I first moved here, challenge one. First, right off the bat.
Tell them about it.
Straight off the highway. Found this place to live, and it was like the Duncanville, Oak Cliff area. I don't even know if you know this part, but you may have, because you be listening sometimes to me.
All the time.
So when I first got here, moved into this apartment, and it looked a little interesting. Online it was all right, but when in person it was like, okay. And so I moved in, y'all. The door wouldn't all the way close. You know, like when a door, air can come through, like I could see out, you know, like a bathroom stall, and you can see outside.
From the front door?
From the front door. The front door wasn't secure.
Oh.
And I'm supposed to be here by myself.
We can't have
So, get this part. Was that even the first part? The AC didn't work.
Oh.
On move-in day, the AC didn't work. The door didn't fully close. Oh, my security is at... before the door, because that's number one, like, yes. But why doesn't the AC work on a move-in day? Y'all inspected this place before I moved in, right? So that makes you think a million different things. Like, there's a lot of balls that was dropped beforehand. But for me to actually encounter that, it's like, who is the management of this place? I'm supposed to be staying here by myself. And then, no. So that was a challenge. Moved out that same day. Like, didn't even fully move in. Started to move in. It wasn't until we recognized the door wouldn't close. It was like, you know what?
I didn't know this. This is before
the
one
place
that you were actually in.
Yes.
I didn't know this
So
story.
moved in and moved out the same day.
Wow.
Yes. And not to mention, another part. See, there's so many double, triple whammies that I couldn't even keep up. But this is like some of the stuff that you deal with when you're like in a new place. Like, you can't let one thing, there's gonna be challenges, but you can't let that one thing like slow you down, or you're not gonna make it. And so that's why I'm like forgetting some of the stuff, because there was back to back things, and it's like, oh my god.
And you being new here and not having that much family here, or no family here when you first moved.
And that was the other part. I wanted to be closer to family because I wasn't, but I didn't. My family was in Houston.
So it's like, where do I go? Like, I'm leaving this apartment, and until I find something else, what do I do?
I was in my 20s, but my parents were not leaving me in this place that already no AC, and then it was, as it got dark, it started to get a little sketchy. So, and I was trying to be close to my job opportunity. Okay, so boom, left, moved in, moved out. When we went to the leasing office to report all the things, there was a guy in there arguing with management because now this is gruesome. This is next level. But I can't make this stuff up. There was a guy in there arguing with upper management because he wanted to be let out of his lease because his roommate, it was something crazy. Like, I don't want to tell those details. But his roommate was a danger to him. Like, there was hard evidence and proof. But you know how some of these apartment complexes, it's like you have a signed contract. You got to pay to get out of here. But he had a valid reason to get out of the contract. They was not trying to work with them. And so that just how the whole thing was, to be seeing this on your first move.
Early impression.
It's like, it was like, my goodness,
Dallas
today
might not be giving.
Oh goodness. And so then it's like, where now? Where am I supposed to go to now? And so what happened after that? Ended up finding another place. I really don't even know how I found another place, but found another place. It was newly renovated under new management. Okay. But that lets you know that there was something happening beforehand. Yeah. So it was cute on the outside, but anyways, long story short, it worked. But just still being new to the environment, not necessarily knowing all of like what came with this place. And as time went on, you start to find out some of the issues that you really couldn't see at first. Yeah. So the sidewalks were uneven, the lights didn't work at night. This not stuff that you initially think to have on your checkbox when you move into a place. Like if it worked, like
especially somewhere like Dallas, like you wouldn't automatically think that you would be in that situation. But like you said, when we got here, we also had to learn like the areas and the different cities. Now, it's no shade to Duncanville and Oak Cliff, because Duncanville and Oak Cliff is lit. Yeah. All the good food there. Got some gyms. All the culture. Sure. Like, it definitely brings something to the city. But, like you said, you got to be mindful. Yeah, of what area you decide to go to. Yeah, for sure.
And that was the area that we were in. Well, I'm saying she didn't tell her part yet. But
we both lived in Duncanville when we first got here.
We lived like 5 minutes away from each other. Yeah. So. But that environment, just not knowing all of what we didn't know, it was an interesting experience. But all in all, that situation ended up working out. But it was like, okay, after I didn't experience this, it's like, okay, I want to venture out and see some other places, kind of see what the other cities are like. So pivoted from that area. Job-wise, I'm trying to see. Something unfortunate happened with the first job opportunity. I broke my foot because of the uneven sidewalks at that apartment that you wouldn't even have, thought that. This is what I'm saying, the unexpected things. So, takeaways. Make sure you do a full inspection. Those that want to move to Dallas, or really any place, it's really any place, do a full inspection of the place. Make sure cameras are working if you care about your safety. Make sure the peepholes, you can see out the peephole. The sidewalks are even, because it was a dark evening and the lights didn't work outside during the night. And as I'm walking in the uneven sidewalk, I'm expecting everything to 1 foot in front of the other. And no, there was a crease, and then
you went down,
twisted and fell in, and there was no grass. Landscaping matters. So if you don't have any grass there, something to take note of. Because when I fell, there was no soft cushion. It was rocks, gravel, and I still got bruises. Shea butter couldn't even help me.
Girl, but anyway, did you just sit there? I would have just laid there for a second. Like,
my adrenaline was rushing so much that
you hopped back up.
I hopped up and hopped up those stairs, and before I knew it, everything was swollen. I couldn't walk. Yeah. And so that made me pivot from the job opportunity that I had at the time, because a new job, you don't have PTO, and because of the kind of environment that it was, the opportunity that it was, I didn't have PTO, so I had to make something shake and find another opportunity. And, when you're in another place, like, that's just, to not have stability in a new place, it's just like a double. It's like I already don't have stability. Yeah. Now I really don't have stability. Yeah. And now I got to go into another place of unknown, whatever this next opportunity is going to be, that I barely vetted, but I needed because I didn't have any other choice. So, but it ended up working out, because I ended up finding it was like my first big girl job. And so that worked out. That gave me a lot of experience, a lot of wisdom. That was actually like a blessing in disguise, because I really had some amazing moments, some amazing experiences. I met some amazing coworkers that I'm still cool with to this day, people that I can actually call friends. So amazing people, but it was going through that storm first of just all the unknowns of moving to a new place and having to overcome and be resilient. And so, before I get too long-winded, let me make sure I'm staying on track. First impressions of the city.
And just like how you feel you've grown in Dallas in the last 7 years.
Like I said, with all of the challenges, it definitely built character.
Yeah.
More. Made me more resilient. Definitely added to who I am as a woman. And my first impressions was like, wow, it's a lot going on out here. Like, you really, it just depends on what you're interested in. Got my grill.
Yeah, the grill's got us sounding a little. Oh,
you know
my
when the dentures come out? My denture.
Natalie.
Yeah, it's cute though.
Oh my God.
My denture. Look, that means I'm talking too much. Okay, so
I mean, it is what it is.
So,
still cute.
Yeah. Okay. Cut the show.
Cut the show.
Okay, I think we back in business.
Okay.
What was I saying?
Makes you a woman.
Oh yeah, made me the woman who I was.
Thank you, Natalie. Cause I had, girl, you know my mind get the girl. I forgot what I was talking about.
All the early challenges and the just thinking quick on your feet, having to pivot. It really molded me into a even badder woman.
Okay.
Like, you know, because it really built resilience in a place of just like so many opportunities, so much to do. It's a lot of distractions, to be honest. So it's a place that you can really become in a good way or a bad way, because there's so much out here. But then once you start really like being spontaneous and trying new things and going new places, you kind of learn what your niche is, because out here in Texas, it's a little bit of everything. You just have to find your own grounding. Yeah. And so that's what the beginning times was. It was just like a whole bunch of choices.
Trial and error.
A lot of trial and error. And then eventually you kind of find your space, because like I feel like Austin, more arts crafts. And then Dallas was more so like a little bit of everything. Yeah. It just kind of like depend, like you want to go to Grand Prairie area, you want to go to Duncanville area. Yeah. It was like whatever is fitting most for you. North Texas, you want to be like downtown, you want to walk
Plano,
everywhere.
Like
yeah.
What's your vibe?
There's a lot of trial and error. Yeah. Girl, so
okay.
That was my intro to the city. Just a lot of like, wow, I didn't expect that. Okay, how do we move forward from that? And yeah, that was pretty much it. What about you? Like, what was your experience like? What had you transition from the SIP? What had you transition from the SIP to Dallas, Texas? What was your first impressions? And what were some of the challenges that you overcame?
Going from the SIP to Dallas, what a journey. I'll say, you know what? You said something at the beginning of your transition that you almost ended up in Atlanta. And I feel like we would have crossed paths even if we ended up in Atlanta, because my whole life, I thought I would be in Atlanta.
Wow.
Yeah.
I knew that.
In high school, in college, even after college, Atlanta was the place for me in my mind, because being from Mississippi is close. That's like a major city that's real close to us. So I grew up going to Atlanta a lot. I had some family in Georgia. So it was familiar. And, you know, I'm into music. So Atlanta is popping for music and culture and Black excellence. So I always thought that was the city for me, you know. So when I graduated college, well, I'm not going to tell my age, but when I graduated college, a year later, I was going all in on what my next move would be. So in my mind, again, it was Atlanta. So I'm applying for jobs. I'm looking at internships. I'm trying to get to ATL. And girl, it just wasn't working for me, y'all. Like, I could not find anything in Atlanta. I'm a girl, probably put in 100 job applications, just going in. And I wasn't finding apartments. I wasn't finding work. So my cousin that was already living up here, she was like, she knew like my struggles with trying to figure out how to get to Atlanta, figure out the next thing. So she was like, well, I'm already in Dallas. And she was like, I know you haven't thought much about Dallas, but come up here for a weekend. Visit me. I'll take you out, get a feel for the city, and then just go from there. And I said, you know what? I never thought about Dallas because Texas is pretty close to Mississippi too. But I think it takes me about 7.5 hours to get home. So it's close.
No driving.
Close, but still, girl, you know, I might swerve in that corner. Girl, I'll be swerving in the car, y'all. I'll get somewhere quick. But yeah, Dallas is still, I would say it's still pretty close. So I took her up on that offer, girl. And I came, I think it was a popping weekend. It was like 4th of July or something. Girl, I came to Dallas on a Friday.
On a Friday.
By the time I left on Sunday, y'all, I said, this is it. This is home. This is the place for me. Like, I fell in love with the city, the culture. I'm for real, like, because I'm from the South already. And Texas is the South. So for me, it's kind of like, this is different, but it's still familiar. I felt like I fit in. Like, it was a perfect match. Culture, vibes, food. It's a lot of young black people getting to it. I feel like I can thrive in this city. So I said, yeah, I don't even got to think about it. Dallas, all the way. So I went back home after that weekend and started applying for jobs. And I got one. So I was like, and it was so easy. The program that we did, it was so easy. And that's how I knew God wanted me to be here, because all that strife and trouble I was dealing with trying to get to Atlanta, and then when I decided on Dallas, it was just like that. So
like you was out of alignment.
Yeah, Atlanta was out of alignment for me, and I think God knew that I would grow and become this version of me in Dallas.
You was gonna become her anyway.
Yeah.
Regardless.
And maybe I couldn't have done that in Atlanta. So, get a job, get an apartment, move to Dallas. And some of the early challenges, first off, can we just applaud the people that moved to a new city on their own? Y'all, I had a little PT Cruiser at the time. Anybody that know me know my PT Cruiser. Girl, I packed that PT up, and I told my family I'm gone. Y'all, I was so ready. Like, the creativity in my mind was just, I gotta get out. I've lived my whole life in Mississippi. And ain't nothing wrong with staying in your hometown. Like, for the people that's still in Mississippi cool. Like, ain't nothing wrong with it. It's more there than people think. It's a lot of black excellence, and people are thriving in Mississippi. So again, shout out to Mississippi. If I gotta say it on every episode, it is what it is. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm a city girl. And not in that way.
She's a city girl.
You know, in the best way. Like, I'm someone that loves being social. I want to see the big, bright lights in the buildings and the opportunity. Like, I felt bigger than life at that age. So I was like, I got to get out there.
Bigger than big.
Bigger than big.
The skyline, that's what you just made me think of.
Yes. Like, when I came to visit that weekend and my cousin took me out at night and we rode, girl, I said, this is a big rich town. I knew.
I really come from the coldest part.
Like, it felt so good. So anyway, I get up here and I think our early challenges was kind of the same. I had to find my footing, get to know the city, cause being in a new environment with no family, like I had my few cousins that was up here, but y'all, my family is primarily still in Mississippi. So I'm up here just like, what I do, where I go, what I do with my hands. Like, I don't know. I haven't made like friends up here. I don't know what's going on. So I think that kind of being conscious of the fact that I'm in a new environment, I don't really know nobody, and I gotta find my way on my own. Like I really have to grow up. This is my introduction into adulthood. So, yeah, I would say finding my way, finding myself, learning the city. That was some of the challenges that I faced when I first got here. But it all worked out. I feel like I figured it out. Because, like you said, we lived in Duncanville for about a year. And then I was able to transition close to downtown. And I got a feel for the city life. And I was enjoying myself. Being close to everything. Mm-hmm. Like, girl, we going somewhere? Okay, it's 10 minutes from my house. So I've lived in the city. I've lived in South Dallas. I've lived in, well, I guess now kind of live in West Dallas. I don't really know the map for real, but I've lived in a few different areas in Dallas now. So it kind of feel like home.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't venture off. You know me, I want to see the world. So I'm not against checking out a new city or maybe relocating to a new city, but Dallas is definitely something that has become home, my second home, and it feels right. So like you said, I can see myself with family here. I can see myself, planting seeds here. And yeah, that's what Dallas has been to me. I feel like the growth that I've done in this city, I got to know myself here. We were very young. We were in our early 20s when we moved here. So this is who I found. Well, this is where I found out who I was.
Truly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Because, I know it's like a thing right now, like, move out of your hometown. Like, social media paints a picture that is incomplete.
Yeah.
Because it shows the highlights, but it really builds character. Mm-hmm. And you really get to learn, like, who you are on a different level. You think you know yourself up until, I remember I asked my manager this one time, and this is, like, so in alignment with what our experience was like in the beginning times of Dallas. I asked my manager, I said, who are you if you take away everybody you've ever known and everything you've ever known? Who are you? Like, if you've taken away the environment, because sometimes you don't even know that you kind of are defining yourself by that. Like, if you are around the same people all the time, if you have the same environment, if you know the streets without GPS, like, there's more to you. So when you go into a new place with new faces, it really tugs at who you really are in different ways, and you won't really know. It's really hard to describe because it's an individual experience for everybody. So
not one size fits all.
Yeah, but it's like I said, social media paints this picture like go to a new city, like you see the highlight reels, but you don't see, like, it really take a lot of grit, a lot of resiliency, like expect to be uncomfortable. Don't let the uncomfortable times like make you be like, well, I should go back home now. Yes, there are moments and times where it's like, if you're really like losing your way, or you just feel like, I need a little bit more footing before I'm out there. Yes, make an informed decision. But I'm just saying, be prepared to run into
to figure it out.
adversity, a lot of adversity. That's why I feel like, especially a big city, this place was so big, so it was a lot of adversity and resiliency that like really is in those beginning times. Like I feel like the first, especially in this place, I feel like it took like 2 to 3 years to really kind of know what was going on for real, like for real.
After COVID, it took those years before COVID, 2020. I feel like probably 2021 was my year where I was like, yeah, I feel comfortable here, and I found my way. Like them first couple years, I can't tell you what happened. I can't tell you what happened.
And to be honest, I still haven't really. I still use GPS for everything. No, okay, now I'm telling myself.
But we've lived in different areas. Yeah. So, that doesn't mean that you don't know the city. It's just like now I'm in a new area, so I got to figure out how to get to the places, that I frequent. So
ultimately, I feel like what we're both saying is like new city. Who this? That's really the question. Who are you?
Yeah.
Like a new city is going to be like, who are you? I feel like I keep looking at that camera. I'm supposed to be looking at this camera.
Both of them yours.
But a new city will challenge who you are as a person. Yeah. And so we both gave a depiction, a perspective of individual stories and what we encountered. So just be prepared to become. If you go to a
not just Dallas, any major city place that you're not from and you don't know many people and you may not have family, like don't let that deter you from moving, because
but you can't be a stagnant person though.
Yeah.
In a place, like you can't just be like one of those people that's like, well, that's just how I am, because that's another thing that you get challenged. Like I'm sure there were some norms that were in place in Mississippi that you recognize is not really a way of life here.
Yeah, no, definitely.
For me.
There's some differences for sure. Like it's all the South, but I've definitely noticed Mississippi, Texas, 2 different things.
Same.
Yeah, we're in the same region, but yeah. Mm-hmm. So
and definitely for me, from the Midwest to Texas, my goodness, like you talk about, it's a whole new world. When it comes to norms, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I'm just saying, like when it comes to norms, like or differences, I could think of so many. It's a different way of life. We're talking about from the Midwest to down south. How we show up is different. Like, that's, oh my gosh, like now North Carolina, it helped that I went to North Carolina first, because I really had to unlearn some ways, because Southern hospitality is real. I didn't know nothing about that. A way of life in Milwaukee, we're not smiling at everybody. We are not talking to everybody. I've learned and this is why you have to be open-minded, because I'm not thinking me not talking to people as I'm walking by or when I enter a room. It never crossed my mind that I was being rude or that I was being disrespectful.
And
some people will form like opinions or think things, and it's like I'm so innocent in this situation, because that's just not a way of life where I'm from.
Yeah,
people like I remember when I was in North Carolina, on the bus we were taking like the shuttle. The men would get up from the seats and let the women sit down.
Yeah,
what? Yeah. That is so foreign. Like, no. And I'm not saying it in a demeaning way. I'm saying it in a differential kind of way. Like, these are just because there's different ways of life. Like, if you come from a place that, is like I said, more impoverished, like there's certain ways of life that you adopt as a ways of survival.
Yeah.
And so when people are in survival, it breeds a different kind of way of showing up. It's not super nice. People are trying to survive. People are trying to, pay their bills or find ways to pay their bills. So, and I just say that just as a truth, like that was just what I saw growing up. And so then to bring that into a place where we smiling, we saying hello, people want to serve me at their homes, like, and feed me, and that just was not, my reality.
Everything you just said, like if you walk in a room, Southerners know, like you gotta speak. You have to speak, or especially the elders. They gonna be looking like, y'all see her? She just walked in here, thought she owned the place. Like, no, girl, you have to, when you walk into a space, you kind of gotta pick your shoulders up, introduce yourself, say hello. Like, that's just respect. That's just common courtesy to us. And also, this one that really get me, even if I'm a stranger, if we're walking into a building and I'm right behind you and you let the door close in my face, I'm going to give you a old nasty look. A nasty look, because I'm right behind you. That's common courtesy. So just things like that. And not to say that we just all goody two shoes. We just all, because, we get like that in Mississippi too. But, yeah, I was going to ask you, did you have any thoughts prior to coming to the South? Like, did you think it was going to be one thing and it turned out to be another?
Well, just naturally coming from, if all I've known is one way of life, which was Milwaukee, Wisconsin for 18 years. I didn't have in my head a thought of it being different. I thought I was just going to another place. It was going to be the same. There was no way I could have even thought of, because that wasn't my way of life. I couldn't even have thought of all of what I actually did discover about another place and a different way of life and a different way of being. And like,
you didn't know what to expect.
I didn't know what to expect. So I wasn't expecting anything necessarily, other than I will say when I did take my tour at North Carolina A&T, that did open up my mind so much, because I never seen so much Black excellence in my life. But it was a whole new world, and I just was like, oh my goodness. So that little nugget really kind of gave me like a spark of, like, I knew it was more to life. Yeah. Because when when you're home, that's what you know. Unless and when you're younger, of course, if you're fortunate enough, you may travel a little bit more and you see more. But I'm just saying, for the most part, as far as like actually stationing somewhere for more than a weekend or 2 or 3 days, you don't really get the feel, especially when you go on a vacation. You kind of get vacation vibes, but you don't really get to see there's a whole new way of life and being. So that's what I experienced. And once I experienced, it was like, wow, we all come from different walks of life. Common sense is not common. At all. So, you don't learn. You don't learn. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Yeah. Look.
Okay. That's one of my favorites.
So my mindset wouldn't have really changed until I was exposed to different. So I'm appreciative of the experiences, but it definitely took a lot of resiliency being in this place.
Well, we welcome you. We're glad to have you in the South. You fit right on in, girl.
Oh, now I'm surrounded by Mississippians.
Yeah, she be making fun of like the lingo and my accent. She used to say, "You're such a Southern belle. You're such a Southern belle."
And did y'all catch earlier? She said Friday. Girl, it's D-A-Y. D-A-Y.
D-A-Y.
It's Woo. D-A-Y. See, I enunciate. I mean, people talk about me because it's like, you enunciate every word.
We don't say the end of words. And it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Like, there's an A and a Y. Look, I'm not trying to sound green, but I'm just saying.
She like, girl, you not saying the word.
Friday.
I'm like, sound right to me? Monday. On this Lord. Good Sunday. Okay. So I think we've pretty much summed up our big move. How we got here, what it was like transitioning to Dallas, and just some of the pain points and the growth that we've been able to do here. So we love the Big D. I mean, look, pause. Pause. Y'all know what I mean.
Cut the show.
Cut the show. Nelly, Take me off, girl. Take me off. But yeah, we got love for Dallas, and you know, we just two Texas girls at this point. Okay, so let's transition a little bit to the social scene. Let's talk about the vibes in Dallas, because you know there's a lot of talk. Some people say Dallas is boring. Some people prefer Houston or Austin or San Antonio. Some people have some negative things to say about Dallas. Some people, again, love it and enjoy it here. So let's talk about the social scene and what we feel like the vibe is here, because we've been here 7 years. So I feel like we have the experience to speak on this as far as what it's like living here as a millennial.
7, but take away 2, because COVID happened.
Well, you know what? The first 2 years don't count.
We was locked
up.
The
first 2 years really don't count, but I'll say I love Dallas. When people say Dallas is boring and there's nothing to do here and blah, 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 I be quiet. I shut my mouth, because this my vibe. Like, I don't have to be fast paced all the time. I love that it's, as much as Dallas is a fast paced city, it also is mellow, and it allows you to kind of get your groove. And you just have to find your niche. You have to find the spots and the places that you like to go. You have to find your community. So
yeah,
I vibe with Dallas. What do you think? I know you. Now, if we talking nightlife, people always compare Houston nightlife to Dallas, and I will say,
right, just put it on the table.
I'll put it on the floor. If you looking for a party, if you looking for a city that don't sleep, a vibe, you trying to be lit
on any day of the week.
Monday,
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Houston. Yeah. Houston is definitely that vibe. Not to say that Houston doesn't have all the other things, but Houston is lit. It's a good old time. I have fun every time I go to Houston.
And it's more to look at.
So she says. But, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and tell what you think about the vibe of Dallas, because I mess with it.
I like Dallas. It's a one-stop shop. It really just depends on you. Truly, it's a little bit of everything here. If you want slower pace, there's things for a slower pace. If you want a more upbeat, like I'm just trying to have a good time, you can find that too. I think what I like most about Dallas is the fact that it is a one-stop shop. Like, it's not just nothing to do. There is always something to do. It's about finding it, because it's so big. It's not easy. It's just, let me go downtown. Like, the vibes that you're looking for may be a little bit more over in Madison or something like that, or Bishop Arts. Like, maybe that's your steez. So, like, yeah, it depends on, you know how they say, it depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
And some people know of the vibes, the gyms, and some people just are unaware because the place is so big. So I can see how somebody could be like, oh, it's boring. And maybe they just didn't venture out enough. Maybe they didn't know the right people, or maybe they just didn't do their due diligence about, you know, what exactly they were looking for. Because I feel like it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Within this DFW area. So, I mean, I definitely like it. I feel like it could be more trees here.
More what?
More trees.
Trees?
Yeah, it's so open. Lord. Like, I love that it's so open, but like in North Carolina, it was trees everywhere. You can breathe a little bit better. Like,
maybe you just gotta hit certain areas to find it.
No, it's not a lot of trees here. It's not a lot of trees.
I never paid attention to the.
See, and you wouldn't if you wouldn't, because like until you go to a place where there's actually a lot of trees, you will be like, dang, it's not a lot of trees in DFW.
Mississippi, a lot of trees. Like, so I get
This place is way more
Okay.
open. It's like a big open space, and I love that. But I mean, it could be a couple more trees. I know that sounds, but that was
my girl want trees. Somebody give my girl some more trees.
Oh, what I was doing.
Okay, clocking Nelly. We need to have a petition for more trees.
Yeah, we can breathe a little bit better.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
okay.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
That was crazy for me to pinpoint, but it depends on where you come from.
That was off the wall, but I feel you. I feel you.
Those that's from North Carolina know, because it's so many trees there. When I went back for homecoming this past homecoming, GHO, greatest homecoming on earth. Oh. When I went back this past October, I could breathe better. It was way more. Air quality. Right when you get off the airplane, like you're greeted with trees and good breathing quality,
and that feels good to you. I get it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's you know.
Dallas, get more trees.
Yeah,
let's make
instead
it happen.
of more toes.
Let's make it happen.
Instead of more toes.
Okay, so
charging us with okay.
That's how we feel about the vibe in Dallas. You gotta make it. Dallas is what you make it.
Truly.
So find community, find the low key spots, or not even low key, just whatever
your spots.
Your spots, whatever you're looking for, you just gotta go searching. And TikTok is, we've been living here and we still use TikTok.
Yeah, like, you gotta utilize your resources. I think that's something else that you kind of get, like when you're not in a really big city, it conditions people to think like it's gonna be easy to find things because stuff is like there's like one general area. This is a place you really gotta do your due diligence and find what you're looking for, because it's there. Trust me, I'm pretty sure it's there, but you just gotta look. You probably gotta drive. That's another thing.
Driving.
Oh my goodness.
Traffic.
There's so much driving here. There's so much driving here. Versus when I was in Greensboro, I can get anywhere 10 to 15 minutes. Now to get to your house is 25 minutes. Like, get used to driving. If you're not a person that doesn't really like to drive, I don't know if
this might not be the place
area is for you, truly, because you're gonna drive so much.
Traffic is crazy, especially between the hours by 3 and 6:30. You're not getting there. You're gonna have to leave an hour ahead, or you're not gonna get there. So, yeah,
a lot of people, a lot of congestion. Arlington area crazy, Dallas area crazy,
Fort Worth crazy, everywhere crazy. But yeah, so I feel like we did touch on community and building friendships, and just giving advice to newcomers that might be thinking about moving to Dallas. I feel like we touched on that.
We did.
Yeah. Just with finding your way, using your resources, and don't be scared. Don't be scared to get out there, to get into new environments. With Dallas, you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable and put yourself out there and find events, find social gatherings,
because it's a lot of
network, social media. Do what you got to do, because the community is here.
They have the run clubs.
Yeah.
They have the yoga sessions in the park.
Yeah. You got book clubs. It's a club for everything you can think of. It's like girly, social type of clubs. It's everything. Everything that you're looking for is here.
Brunch and babes, like whatever you're interested in. You just can't be that one of those stagnant, unwilling to grow, unwilling to meet new people type of persons coming to a place like Dallas.
Yeah, I agree.
Ooh, let me ask you really quick.
Okay.
Have you found it to be easy or hard making new friends though? Because we know that there's people out there, but in your opinion, like, given that we know it's a lot of transplants here, how has your experience been with making new friends?
I would attribute my journey of making new friends like I hold more weight with that than Dallas. Cause you know me, I gotta vet people. I don't just call people friends. Like that process of me viewing you as a true friend, like I don't just meet people and be like, hey girl, you wanna be friends? We're friends. Like it's a process to me. We gotta build that connection and build that trust. So it ain't been too hard building community and more friendships here in Dallas. I would say that's more so of me kind of just being cautious to who I have in my circle, you know. But I wouldn't say that it's been like extremely hard. What about you?
Well, I mean,
you're more of a like talk to anybody.
That's not true. Don't even make it be like that, because people not gonna understand. Like when it come to me, it's like I can be cool with a lot of people. Like I feel like it's not hard for me to mingle with a lot of people, but when it comes to the word friend, I'm very, very close knit. As far as if I'm gonna be like calling you and texting you, that's probably you. That's because you really done been vetted and like we have similarities. Because I think it's just a hard truth that like when you come from different places, it's not the easiest to just make a friend because of it being so many transplants here.
Yeah.
Because y'all don't really have, it's a possibility that y'all don't have that much in common. And so, you know, we're not kids anymore, so we're not in controlled environments where we always have to be around these people. So you're not just running towards like, so tell me about yourself. Like it's really off the vibes that kind of create like a continuation and just like an understanding. And so it's really like, you know,
it's ebbs and flows.
It's definitely ebbs and flows here. But I've definitely gained some great friends here that I can actually call friends. But I mean, with me, I'm more so just in general a very close knit type of person. So I stick to my close friend group.
Find a good group and stick to it.
But I have a lot of friends.
Yeah, no, you're very, I would say that you are very social. You don't have a problem talking to new people. So I would say it's not hard for you to find friends either, you know, or associates, because that friend word is, it gets deep there. But we haven't had bad experiences with or trouble, you know, getting to know people and connecting here.
It may just be awareness, like, we don't really vibe too much. And that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. But I see you around.
There's different ways of life. And I'm just like, I don't know.
Okay. So we're running out of time. Nelly is like flagging us down. But we did have one last discussion point. And we can just hit on it real quick because this is going to be a whole nother episode. But the prompt is, how dating in a big city like Dallas feels different from where you lived before. So compared to Milwaukee, just touch a little bit, because we got that episode. Well, we really gonna get into it. But right now, what do you feel like is just maybe one or two differences in dating compared to where you're from?
Don't put me on the spot. Even though we got the cue cards.
It's like, girl,
I think you should go first.
You think I should go first? I mean, it is a bigger city. It is a lot more people here, but just because you have more options don't mean that they're all good options. So you still got to watch your back. You got to keep your head on a swivel with these dudes out here. Because Dallas a big city, but the young millennial group, we all frequent the same places. So it's easy to, Dallas don't feel so big when you dating, because we all go to the same spot. So it's like you still feel like the pool is small. So, but I will say that there's a lot to do here. So it makes the dating experience, it broadens the dating experience because you have more ways to get to know each other. You can venture out and explore the city. And, you know, we got our little spots that's a vibe. So I think
I be in the house. I don't know.
Yeah, we do be in the house, but we know our little low key spots. So yeah, that's what I would say. It's kind of one and the same, but you know, it is a vibe out here. You just gotta again.
But you didn't say how it was different from where you lived before, though. How has it? What's the difference between the Mississippi man and the Dallas man? Like,
we don't really have time to get into like.
Oh, she trying to.
Cause Nelly telling us we passed our time.
Nelly, what time is it?
We good, Nelly. Look,
oh, it's 5:14.
Yes, that's what I keep saying because she.
I can't see.
You know, she gave us the little symbol like.
I thought she was
about that time.
Okay.
So yeah, we can't really get too much in it, but we will. We will.
Okay.
So. I don't know. Like you said, everyone is transplants here. So.
But you can tell a Dallas.
You got your Dallas man.
You know when somebody from Dallas. No,
you
shade.
know when somebody from Dallas. You definitely know when somebody from Dallas for sure. But I don't know. I don't know what the differences are really. It's.
In my opinion, there's a lot of differences because, like I said, it's different environments. Like from where I've lived before, what makes these men is their environments and their exposure to certain things. So how they show up is completely different. Like I can spot a man from I know a man from Midwest if he's here, and I know a man from down here because there are a lot of differences. And I don't say that in any kind of way. I say it in a way of just like coming here to Dallas and peeping the dating scene. It was different. It was an adjustment. It was
just the behaviors and the little things you can tell. I mean, I agree.
Mannerisms.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, big city. It was more of everything.
Yeah. I'll definitely say more.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
There's a variety.
So I guess we got to get out of here, y'all.
Yes, we got to get out of here,
we
y'all.
have yapped and yapped and yapped.
Yes.
So.
But we will touch on this again.
In conclusion, don't be scared to. It's okay to be scared, but don't let your fear dictate how you move.
Yeah.
It should inform you, but it should not control your moves.
If it's on your heart to get out there, move away from your hometown, do it. Because you see us, it's been 7 long years, and I feel like we're thriving here. So you can do it too. Don't be scared. It don't matter how old you are, if you're young, middle-aged, even if you're older. If you want to try a new city, live your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
saying? But definitely trust God's timing.
Yeah, God's timing is everything.
Make it in other words, make an informed decision, because we shared some of our hardships, and it really can break you if you don't have like
everything in order.
So making informed decisions. That's why we share what we shared, to kind of give people food for thought if you are still back home, or if you're in a place that you've been for a while and you want to go to somewhere like Dallas. Like, know that it's a lot of opportunity, so that can be good and that can be bad. So you know, to each his own. Use discernment for sure. But all in all, y'all know where to find us, and if y'all don't, where should they find us?
At Become Her Anyways on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. So if you liked this episode, please like, comment, share, and subscribe for your girls. because we put it together for y'all today.
Yeah.
And we'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Alexa, play the
Later.
biggest, the largest.
Yeah.